Today we are at GEMS FirstPoint with their principal. Matt, can you introduce yourself to the SchoolsCompared.com viewers and tell us about your background and what you do at FirstPoint?
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Matt Tompkins, I'm the principal and CEO at GEMS FirstPoint School. I've been teaching and been in schools for 23 years now. I was a head in the UK for 4 years before moving out here, and I've been in the UAE for nearly 2 years. I moved out here with my family. I have 2 daughters and a wife. We're all in education of sorts. My wife is a TA and my daughters are doing their GCSEs and their A-levels.
Thank you, Matt. What advice would you give parents when they visit schools?
Well, it's a great question, and one that comes up a lot. My friends, the people I meet, as soon as they find out I work in schools, the first question is how do I know I found the right school for my child? And I would humbly offer sort of 5 bits of advice for you. Before you consider any schools, you must think about what is most important to you. Do you want to see an inclusive, an innovative, a friendly, a warm, an academic school? What is it you're particularly looking for? Now, this of course could change as your child develops, and it will of course be different for you and your child than it will be for anybody else. So it's very important for you to come up with your own criteria. Number 2, do your research. Use the internet, use social media, and where possible, talk to parents who are already in that school. Look at all the schools you deem to be appropriate in your area and consider them against your criteria. Produce a shortlist, number 3, of the schools that you're interested in and visit them all. Try to visit them during the school day and picture your child in that school. The temptation when you go into lessons is to look at the teacher and look at what the teacher does, but actually it's the children's faces. It's how they're engaging, how they're enjoying their learning, because that is the decision you are making for your child. There are great opportunities if you cannot physically visit a school, although I would always suggest it's the best thing to do. There are now virtual tours on websites that give you a flavour of that school as well. Assess the quality of interaction that you have with the adults. A successful education is about a partnership between you as the parents and the school. You must feel that partnership when you are talking to those adults. And finally, make your decision based on your criteria. Lots of people will have lots of opinions about the best schools in your local area, but it is against your criteria that you must pick your school.
Matt, what really matters when parents are looking for the right school for their child?
Okay, so firstly, best of luck. It's a huge decision and one of the most important ones you will make for your child. The right school has to be one that you trust, has to be one that you are willing to invest in, and has to be one that you want to support. I very much hope GEMS FirstPoint is that school, and I very much hope to see you all if we are in your catchment area.
Matt, do bells and whistles really matter?
Good question. It depends if they're in your criteria for schools. If you need to see a river running through reception, then and that's on your criteria, then that's absolutely something that you should look for in a school. Be very careful about bells and whistles that are not linked to academic support and the performance of students, unless that's something that's very important to you, in which case definitely look for it.
So, can you summarise the single most important piece of advice you can give parents when deciding on a new school for their child?
Okay, for me it's a question. It's a question when you're working your way around the school, when you're talking to the adults in the school. Ask them what the most important thing is in the school. And if they don't say it's the students in the first sentence, that's time for you, in my opinion, to say thank you very much for your time and to go and look at another school.
Matt, thank you very much for your time today.
It's been my pleasure.